In April 2025, the atmosphere between India and Pakistan was electric with tension. A shocking terror attack in Kashmir killed 26 civilians, and India blamed Pakistan-based militants. New Delhi reacted by freezing trade, cancelling visas, even suspending the Indus Water Treaty. Pakistan called India's moves irresponsible, closed its airspace, and vowed retaliation. Against this fraught backdrop, the question on everyone's mind is, on paper, who really holds the military edge? We will tell you all this, but first subscribe to our channel and press the bell notification to get regular updates. Like and share the video. Let's get started. By the numbers, India's military machine is much larger. India is the world's second most populous country, giving it a deep pool of recruits. Today, India fields about 1.46 million active duty troops, plus over 1 million reserves and 2.5 million paramilitary. While Pakistan's active army is roughly 654,000. In total fighting power, active plus reserves plus paramilitaries, India has around 5.1 million men under arms versus about 1.7 million for Pakistan. Money talks too. India's defense budget for 2025 to 2026 is about 6.8 lakh crore rupees, $79 billion. Roughly 6 to 8 times larger than Pakistan's $10 to $12 billion. In short, India can afford many more soldiers, tanks, jets, and ships and sustain them far longer. On the ground, India again overwhelms Pakistan. India's army boasts roughly 4,600 main battle tanks, a mix of Russian T-90s, indigenous Arjuns, and upgraded T-72s, whereas Pakistan has about 3,700 tanks. India also fields about 151,000 armored vehicles, APCs, infantry carriers, rocket launchers, and nearly 9,700 artillery pieces. Pakistan's numbers are much smaller, about 50,000 armored vehicles and 4,472 guns. Although it has its own Chinese tanks, VT-4s, and older Type 59-69s, and armored personnel carriers. India's hardware is generally newer on average. Both armies have elite special forces, India's para commandos, Marcos and others, Pakistan's SSG and Special Service Wing. But India's units are larger and have extensive combat experience in Kashmir and counterinsurgency operations. Simply put, in a classic tank and artillery showdown, India enjoys a clear numerical advantage. In the air, India's advantage remains stark. The Indian Air Force operates around 2,229 aircraft in total, including 513 to 606 fighters. Its frontline jets include Sukhoi Su, 30 MKIs, newly delivered Dassault Rafales, Mirage 2000S, and HAL Tejas light fighters. India also flies heavy attack helicopters, Apache gunships, transport choppers, Chinooks, and has 4 AWACS early warning planes and refueling tankers. Pakistan's air force is smaller, roughly 1,400 aircraft with about 328 to 387 fighters. Its fighters are mainly US-made F-16s and Chinese Pakistani JF-17 Thunder jets, plus aging Mirages. On the rotorcraft side, Pakistan actually fields more attack helos, AH-1 Cobra, Chinese Z-9, than India does. Pakistan compensates with more radar planes, about 7 AWACS versus India's 4, and short-range air defenses like the Chinese HQ-9 system. India, however, has deployed the Russian S-400 Triumph long-range missile defense to shield the skies. In raw aircraft numbers and high-end tech, India's air force is much bigger and more modern. Pakistan is modernizing, e.g., new JF-17 Block 3 jets and F-16 upgrades. But India's introduction of dozens of Rafales and the indigenous Tejas Mk-1 AN shows its numerical and technical edge. India's Navy is also significantly stronger at sea. The Indian Navy has about 67,700 sailors and nearly 294 vessels. Crucially, India operates 2 aircraft carriers, INS Vikramaditya and the new INS Vikrant, making it a true blue water navy. These carriers allow India to launch airstrikes far from its shores. India also fields 18 submarines, including the nuclear-powered INS Arihant and others, plus 13 destroyers, 14 frigates, and over 100 patrol vessels. Pakistan's navy is much smaller, roughly 23,800 personnel and 121 ships. It has 8 submarines, older French Augusta 90Bs and Chinese Yuan class, but no aircraft carriers at all. Pakistan's fleet focuses on coastal defense and choke points in the Arabian Sea. In a naval clash, India's carriers and bigger fleet give it a clear power projection advantage. Pakistan's submarines and small ships would be limited to hit-and-run attacks on shipping. Missiles and rockets form another pillar of power. India possesses the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile, developed with Russia, which can be launched from ships, aircraft, or land and strikes targets at roughly 300 plus kilometers at Mach 2 to 3. In late April 2025, India test-fired BrahMos from warships to revalidate long-range precision strike, a pointed signal of its sea-to-land reach. India also has longer-range ballistic missiles. The Agni series ranges from 700 kilometers, Agni Aim Konasab, up to approximately 5,000 kilometers, Agni V, enough to hit all of Pakistan and even countries far beyond. Pakistan counters with its own cruise and ballistic arsenal, Babur land and sea-launched cruise missiles, up to approximately 700-kilometer range, and Shaheen Sa Khanus Tosit Hai, and Gauri ballistic missiles. Notably, Pakistan fields short-range tactical missiles like Nazar for battlefield nuclear strikes. Both sides keep these missiles constantly ready, and each tests them to send political messages. In April 2025, for instance, India's Navy publicly launched BrahMos missiles in the Arabian Sea amid escalating tensions. In a real conflict, this missile duel would be deadly. A quick Scud-like exchange could devastate frontline units or even major cities. Above all, India and Pakistan are nuclear powers, and that raises the stakes to the stratosphere. Experts now estimate that India has roughly 150 to 170 nuclear warheads, and Pakistan about 170 as well. Each side has developed a full range of delivery systems. India's nukes ride on Agni ballistic missiles, range up to approximately 5,000 kilometers. On fighter bombers, Mirage 2000, Rafale, and on submarines, INS Arihant with sub-launched missiles. Pakistan's strategic arsenal includes Shaheen missiles and naval cruise missiles, and in future submarines armed with Babur 3 cruise missiles. India's declared doctrine is no first use. It vows to only retaliate if nuked first. Pakistan, by contrast, has a full-spectrum deterrence policy. It openly keeps tactical nuclear weapons, like the Nasser short-range missile, ready to counter any conventional Indian assault. In a dramatic balance, India technically has more warheads than Pakistan, but both can obliterate each other many times over. That nuclear shadow forces each side to tread carefully. Beyond tanks and jets, a new frontier is cyber and electronic warfare. Both armies have launched their own cyber commands to hack and defend networks. Open source analysts note that both states are investing in a mix of cyber and electronic warfare strategies. In practice, this means India and Pakistan are racing to jam each other's radars, intercept military communications, and even infiltrate power grids. India has spent heavily on secure communications and drone swarms. Pakistan invests in Chinese cyber defenses and its own hacking teams. Details are murky. These battles are mostly secret. But every tense phone call might already be cyber snooped. Electronic warfare gear, jammers, radar attack missiles is being mounted on fighter jets and missiles. In short, modern skirmishes could be won or lost not only on the battlefield, but inside computer code and radio waves. A ghostly new battlefield that adds to the drama of this rivalry. Finally, let's look at budgets and procurements. India's defense wallet is enormous, about $79 billion for 2025 to 2026. Funding the purchase and development of new high-tech weapons. India is buying dozens more Rafale fighters, building the Tejas Mark 1A jets, installing Russian S-400 air defense batteries, and ordering advanced Apache helicopters. It is also expanding its navy, e.g., an indigenous second carrier, and subsidizing drone and missile projects. Pakistan's budget, about $10 to $12 billion, is lean by comparison. Islamabad relies largely on Chinese arms, JF-17 fighter upgrades, HQ-9 air defense radars, VT-4 tanks, Hangor AIP submarines, etc. Pakistan scrimps where it can, even cancelling some training exercises in 2023 to save fuel. Both armies also get foreign aid, Pakistan from China and limited US support, India from Israel and Russia, among others. Despite procurement headaches, India's sheer spending power is far greater. Analysts note India's larger budget enables greater investment in advanced technology, while Pakistan's is stretched thin, just to keep its existing arsenal ready. So, who holds the upper hand? By almost every conventional metric, troops, tanks, planes, ships, and money, India has the advantage. Its forces are bigger, and its technology more modern. But Pakistan is no weakling. Its military punches above its weight with clever strategies, quality missile forces, and a fearsome nuclear deterrent. The true takeaway is ominous. Any clash between these rivals carries enormous risk. Even minor skirmishes on the line of control are tinged with nuclear overtones. For now, India and Pakistan remain locked in a tense standoff, flexing missiles and jets, each hoping to deter the other. As one defense analyst puts it, India's strengths, size, and tech are countered by Pakistan's asymmetric threats, tactical nukes, proxies. In the end, viewers should remember, this is a military balance on a knife edge. India holds a clear conventional edge, but Pakistan's nuclear arsenal and missile tricks mean any spark could spiral out of control. The subcontinent's peace hinges on this terrifying arithmetic. In this high-stakes game of power, one false move and the guns may truly roar. The world is watching, hearts pounding, as India and Pakistan continue this suspenseful dance of deterrence.